Welcome back to my Let's Play for Pokemon Silver and my final Dragon Run. I have to admit, after this I'll probably stop for, dinner / lunch, and then probably move on to Pokemon Gold for a bit, then start working on, some of the PS2 games I've been putting to the side for a while, then maybe get around to some of the DS stuff. Maybe. There's a lot of, PS2 games I can update between Dot Hack and Monokama 2 and all that stuff. So I imagine I'll be busy. Plus I want to get around to some of the RPG Maker games I've been working on previously as well. And there's quite a few of them that I started updates for and then never actually followed up with a second part, so there's that stuff to consider as well. I'm just hoping Snowball doesn't manage to paralyze me, because it does have a lick, so I'm hoping it goes with Bite, but I'm not expecting it to. At least I can finish it off quickly, you know? So I can take it down, you know, with minimal efforts. But I'm not expecting this, gym battle to take very long anyway. I mean, with Dragon Rage at my disposal, I can pretty much take down both of Whitney's Pokemon with 2 hits. No matter what they try, they're just not durable enough for, Stormfly at this point. And yeah, I know, taking down the Beauties would have been advantageous somewhat since they actually carry quite a bit of cash, but I'm just trying to do this quickly, so I'm willing to give up the funds in order to just get out of here as fast as possible. I may regret that later. I won't lie. After all, I do want to buy some TMs from the Game Corner at some point. And I know I didn't show myself picking up the coin case, but I'm like, it's a minor thing. It's just not worth the train you have to go through to get to it, to at least record it. Oh, going with Double Slap? For shame, I figured we would have used Metronome and pulled off who knows what. Like Drill Peck, or Outrage, or Ice Beam, or maybe a Blizzard, which would have been really terrifying. Okay, Thunder Wave. I know, it's not necessary to lock down Miltank like this. After all, I can take it out fairly easily, but you know, I figure you might as well try and get the Paraflinch stuff working for you every now and again. Plus, it lets me break rollout, which is a major plus because it's gonna get more powerful the longer it lasts. Not a bad call. It definitely would have been more effective than trying to roll out on me, I guess. Could have stomped me to death in 2 hits. Rollout would have probably taken like 3 or 4 strikes. Well, what do you expect? I'm a serious contender for a Pokemon Master someday. Well, she always cries when she loses, so don't blame me for making her cry. It's not my fault she couldn't beat me. I mean, what, are you expecting me to actually fail a gym battle on purpose just to make her happy? Unless you're gonna give me a major payoff, that's not really worth my time. I don't know, I guess it'd be funny if they actually put a scene there like that in this game. Of course, if you actually then proceed to lose the battle, it causes a game over, and if you took the bribe, you then lose, like, all your money, or something like that. I suppose it'd be a bit mean, but hey, what do you expect? With such a weird plot point. Not even a plot point. Just a game over divergent path that'd be interesting to have, potentially. Well, back to the bicycle. Need a little speed here. Honestly, I may end up covering the Kimono Girls in this episode as well. I know that's not usually how things go down, but I'm not expecting Sudowoodo to really put up much of a fight either if I can just Dragon Rage it real fast. After all, I'll probably take it down 2 or 3 hits at most. Oh yeah, and you also need to pick up the Squirt Bottle. Is it the upper house or lower house? Upper house, okay. Sometimes I forget, because, you know, I'm not here usually for very long. I don't think about it that much. Like, I'll find the right one eventually. It's one of the two. Okay, back to work. And we are pretty much there already. I could take the shortcut, but that'd require another trainer battle. And I don't feel like bothering with more trainers than I absolutely have to. Unless they got some major green going for them. And most of them out here really don't. Unfortunately. Okay, let's do it. Time to face off against Sudowoodo. Come on, reveal your true form. As a rock type. Yeah, when you were probably a kid and you were first playing this game, you probably weren't expecting Sudowoodo to actually be a rock type. Considering it's pretending to be a tree. You assume it's just a grass type, but no. Admittedly, it is interesting Sudowoodo can actually learn all the elemental punches, I suppose. On the downsides, not very good at any of them. I suppose you can make a gimmicky Sudowoodo, I guess, if you could give it a better chance to actually freeze things with Ice Punch. But I don't even think that's possible. Well, I think Stormfly can take on, all the Kimono Girls. Probably. Yeah, there's no getting around that guy. I know how scary that is, trust me. I take advantage of that all the time. It's one of my favorite gimmicks for taking out people while I'm doing, like, a grass or bug run. Like, sleep powder. So I understand the power of sleep. Don't you doubt it. The question is, can Drowsy withstand my attacks long enough to actually inflict sleep? That's the real question. Oh, it went for Disable first? You really should have went for Hypnosis. I mean, if you put me to sleep, you could at least force me to probably use up my potions or something, you know? It would have been possible to win at least. Well, it's to be expected when you use Disable right off the gate when facing off against someone as powerful as myself. That was just foolhardy. Okay. Yeah, I'm Draco, future Dragon Master. Yeah, training through time and all that, really don't care. After all, I have no way to actually do that, so there's no point. And if I did have a way to do it, will I really bother with it? No. I mean, I suppose if I did do it, I'd give myself in something interesting like a Dratini that has, like, Double Team or something. Or Ice Beam, or some other really powerful moves. Way earlier than I'd be able to get to them otherwise, but I usually don't do stuff like that for mono runs. Now they go after the Kimono Girls. I suspect this may be a bit more difficult than I'm anticipating, perhaps, but we'll see. I suppose, depending on how long this takes, I may go after my rival as well. I probably will, because I usually combine those together, and this is probably only going to take 5 minutes or so, I think. But we'll see. First things first, we'll start off with a Dragon Rage, get a feel for how much health Flareon has. Oh, Tail Whip, eh? Oh, that was a weak follow-up. Time to knock you out, then. Oh, it takes care of one. Not really. If I was strong, I'd have moves like Ice Beam or Thunder or something like that. Dragon Rage is a pretty weak move. Jeez, this may take even less time than I thought after all this bad battle. Headbutt, I guess. Darn, Espeon's faster than me. I don't get why it's tail whipping, though. I mean, it's probably gonna rely more on psychic powers than his physical attacks. Yeah, it did, so why waste time on Tail Whip if it does absolutely nothing for your overall attack strategy? Is it just be mildly annoying, or just to confuse me? Whatever. Yes, a Pokemon battle. You know, thankfully they're a lot more worthwhile in Generation 4, the Heart Gold remake, and Soul Silver, because they actually have some competent strategies put together and actually know how to use them to annoy the crap out of you. Gen 2, though, they got nothing, for the most part. It's unfortunate, because I definitely have a soft spot for some of these evolutions, and I like to see them do a lot better than they're doing here. I still have to get an Umbreon in the Dark Run, though. Gosh darn it. By the time I have Eevee, you know, with high enough happiness to actually evolve it, I'll probably be at the Elite Four. At the rate I'm going. Sad but true. Oh, great, now what's she bugging me about? Okay. I don't know, I have to think about if I want to drop Twister or not. I probably will. I mean, we're gonna get Surf after this, and I can give that to Dratini. So, it definitely gives me an option for dealing with, Quilava. Probably give Surf to 2 Dratinis, to be honest. Because I want to give one the long-term Rain Dance and Thunder, as well as having it have Surf. That way it can enhance the power of its own Surf attacks, as well as making sure it can always, hit for massive damage with Thunder. I think both are very useful abilities to have. I guess the third move could be Headbutt, or maybe I'll drop Headbutt in favor of, an Ice technique at that point, once I get a hold of one. Though the most likely one I'm going to pick up is going to end up being, you know, one of the weakest ones, but... Any Ice technique can be helpful, you know, at this point. Especially when we get to Claire. Okay. Jolteon wants to battle, eh? The sad part is Jolteon's probably one of the better evolutions at this point. Having access to stuff like Pin Missile and whatnot gives it a lot of versatility. Unfortunately, that's not going to be anywhere near enough to save it from me. I mean, without access to electrical attacks, well, even if it had one, it wouldn't work here, so... There's a reason it wouldn't use it. So yeah, I can see why I went with Tackle. Okay. Not really. They're not skilled at Pokemon at all, man. Yeah, just pin it over. Well, darn. That just leaves really the rival battle. And after that, we gotta wipe out the next gym leader. Jeez. Go the power of one Pokemon, I guess. Oh yeah, we probably should heal up first. You know, they did score a few hits, and I used up most of my Dragon Rages. And if we're going up against our rival, you know, we're gonna want to use a lot more than probably 1 or 2 Dragon Rages on some of his Pokemon. And yeah, I know, going on with just Stormfly is probably, you know, getting ridiculous here pretty soon if I don't really over-level. But I think we're gonna be good. Yes, let's see. Well, we're gonna be stuck with this one, so we're gonna get rid of Twister. I mean, let's face it, if I need a flinching move, I got Headbutt. So, you know, there's not much of a loss getting rid of Twister at this point. And if I want a Dragon move, I want something, you know, stronger than Twister. I mean, sure, you can hit enemies while they're flying and whatnot, but how many of your opponents in this game actually use Fly as an offensive technique? Very few, if any. Yeah, it's me again. No, I just came here to fight you. I don't give a hoot about the rare legendary Pokemon here. And they take way too much effort to track down. Way too much. And ultimately, there's no benefit to having them for me anyway. After all, they're all, you know, of the wrong type. I don't have a legendary dragon to go hunt down here, after all. I'm hoping he curses himself, to be honest. Yeah, I called it. And hopefully, you know, this is enough to finish off what's left of his health. It probably will be. Then we're gonna have to do a switch in. Which means I'm probably gonna have to use one of my other dragons as a sack fly here. Or switch into an attack. Which I really wouldn't like, but depending on what Pokemon he picks next, it might be acceptable. Oh, Magnemite? No. I'm not gonna switch into that. There's too high of a risk of being hit with Thunder Wave. And I really don't want to get hit by that. Sonic Boom, eh? Well, it's not the worst pick he could have went with. I don't know. Headbutt? There's no way I'm gonna be able to flinch this thing to death. Not at my level. Throw a leer at it. Okay. Headbutt. Will we see a miracle? I doubt it. This is one miracle that takes way too long to pull off. Okay. Go Stormfly. Time for a Dragon Rage. After all, I can't really headbutt this thing into submission even if I wanted to. And that leaves Zubat and Quillava. Well, Zubat's probably gonna take this Dragon Rage and get back up. Mildly annoyed, but not dead yet. That's far more annoying. Do a switch in. If I don't die, I'll switch back. Yeah, I'm dead. Sometimes the AI spams Supersonic like twice in a row, because it's just dumb like that sometimes. That's what I was hoping for, but I didn't get it. And that leaves, Quillava, which is completely outclassed here. Because I have access to Surf now. Oh, Smokescreen, eh? Not a terrible idea. The problem is he'd have to hit me with a lot more Smokescreens than that to get my accuracy down low enough where he can just not avoid the Surf attacks. And I don't know if he's gonna have enough time for that. Trying to go on the offensive, eh? You really need to use a lot more, smoke screens first, man. And plus, I don't like smoke screen as a move anyway, because it lowers your enemy's accuracy, which means they can just switch out to get rid of the decreases. I mean, sure, I had no Pokemon left, but if I did, I'd have a clear way to counter it. And I could offer up one of my weaker Pokemon, you know, as a sacrifice for it. At my current level, no, but someday I could. If I actually wanted to. Well, that does it for this episode. Next time, we go after Morty and his ghost Pokemon. Until then, see ya.